I'd like to take the time to show appreciation to the legend, the God of Marvel, Stan the Man Lee. Thank you so much for everything you have given us and continue to give us. We really appreciate it. The content you put out, the things you created, changed so many lives, including myself. Without your comic books, some people would be lost. But by you actually taking the time, love what you do, love what you do, love what you do, and create such good content, not good, but great, awesome content that a person could actually think they're lost, but they actually could pick up the comic book and actually read the comic book and you can make them be found again. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Stan. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. I like to take the time and tell y'all the story when I met Stan the Man Lee, God of Marvel. Okay? It was great. I was working at Steven Spielberg, um, and I was a security guard. Hey, gotta make that money, right? But I enjoy my job. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna say like I didn't enjoy. I enjoy my job. You could actually work for the stars, but nothing compared when I met Stan Lee. I mean, I met many celebrities before I even met Stan. You know, um, but when I met Stan that day, it was on a whole nother level. I just got back from my lunch, but he always. Uh, so when I got back from my lunch, I had to relieve the guy, but that guy already um, let Stan in. He didn't tell me, so I'm like, okay, maybe you're not, maybe he wasn't a Marvel fan. He probably didn't even know who Stan Lee was, But when I looked, before the gate was about to close. So when it about to close, I looked and I saw Stan getting out of the like my SUVs. I saw Stan getting out along with his assistant. I was like, oh man, that's Stan Lee. I'm saying this to myself. I'm not running over there like Stan Lee and all that. Now I'm not gonna do that because I'm on my job. But that's how I was like inside. I was like, oh, it's Stan Lee, it's Stan Lee. I was like, So I went over there. I was like, hey, Stan Lee, hey, how's it going? I'm a huge fan. Um, Stan Lee didn't even look at me like this. No, what this what Stan Lee did. When Stan saw me reacting, he walked towards me and started talking to me casually. Casually, you know what I'm saying? He was talking to me like I was on his same level. I mean, Stan Lee, everybody knows what caliber Stan Lee is at and was. He's like here. He's no bam. It's Stan Lee. You just can't just walk up at Stan Lee and talk to Stan Lee because this is Stan Lee. You know what I'm saying? But he actually walked up to me and started talking to me, and then we having this conversation, and then I'm like, okay. Basically, what the conversation was about was, remember when he came out with that awesome show, Who Wants to Be a Superhero? When adults can go there and do the trials, and then you become a superhero and whatnot, right? So I wanted to audition for that show for the next season. I think they already did 2 seasons, so I'm waiting for the 3rd season. I already came up with my character and everything, my suit. So I'm ready to actually audition because I want to do this to be a superhero, and then I get to meet Stan Lee, and like, wow, Stan Lee, I read your comics, you one of my icon, you one of my guy I looked up to because you such awesome and you actually, write such great comic books, you know what I'm saying? Marvel, wow, bam, that's what I'm saying, to myself, I ain't saying all out to him, I'm trying to, you trying to keep the thing because you don't want to like scare him off and them, but Stan wasn't even thinking like that. That's what I would think. Stan wasn't even thinking like that because if he was, he would never walked up to me and started talking to me casually, right? So basically what happened was I asked him when the show was on, when his third season was gonna come out, and basically he was telling me European over there in Europe, not European, but over there in Europe, they actually picked up the show and they want to change it to a kids show so kids get to do it. But hopefully they can bring it back over here. But he's like, we'll see. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, I hope they bring it back. He's like, yeah, we'll see. And I said, so if you don't mind, why you pretty much asking what he's doing there. I know this is like, but we talk. Some people, we talk. And he realized I'm a fan, so that was fans do. They'd be so excited when they actually see the celebrity that they love and like they actually want to meet for a long time, and they actually see him. So they act. A lot of fans don't actually think about what they asking before they ask. But it did not make Stan Lee mad. It did not make him uncomfortable. It did not make him like, why you asking me that? He didn't do none of that. He basically said, oh, I'm just here. I'm just here because they want to talk to me. They want to make one of my characters into a movie. I don't know which one. I didn't get to that. I didn't get to that far. But he said I really don't want to be here. I just, he really didn't want to be there. He basically wanted to just go do his own, do his thing. Be Marvel, create another character, or go and see other fans beside myself. And that's the reason why he was there. But one thing I want to also point out, one of the most important things I wanted to point out, that Stan did not treat me like I was low. He did not treat me like he was high. He did not say, why is you talking to me? You ain't nothing but a security guard. You nobody. He did not treat me that, not once. He did not even send out that aggressive feeling that get away from me. He sent out a comfortable, happy, like I'm glad to meet you. I'm happy to meet you, and things like that. So he made me comfortable talking to him. You know, how you got to make someone. That's the right thing to do. Make someone comfortable to talk to you. You like when someone come to you. You know what I'm saying? And it was just such an amazing day that day. I was happy for like weeks and still is happy. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually met Stan the Man Lee and he was awesome. And nothing in our whole conversation that I could say was bad. I know it might be because I was a fan. Let me go ahead and say that was not the reason. No, it wasn't. It's basically because he was such a great guy that he actually cared for his fan and he loved his fan. If his fan want to talk to him, he would actually talk to them with respect, treat them like a human, and treat them respectfully. I never met a celebrity that loved their fans so much than Stan did. And that's pretty much what happened with the story. But the story is just still great that I actually had that opportunity in my life that many people only dream to have. That they actually got to meet Stan Lee and actually have a conversation with Stan Lee. That's just awesome. But I like to say right here, thank you, Stan Lee. Rest in peace, man. I appreciate you for lighting my day up right there, man. And weeks and still light my day up because I could still sit there and remember that time when I talked to you and you were actually treating me respectfully, treated me like you actually loved me. And I know you did because I love you and you love your fans. Appreciate it, man. Now, Stan is up in heaven with his beautiful wife. At this time, I'd like to thank Jan Lee for sharing her father with me and the rest of the world. You know this better than anyone. You know Stan was a full of life guy. You know he loved his Marvel. You know he loved his comic book. And he absolutely loved his fans. And he showed on everything you watch. He showed how much he loved his fans, how much he loved his comics. I can't imagine how much he loved his comics, his fans, his work he did. But he showed much as he can show that how much he loved everything. He was a great guy, and he'll always still be a great guy. And I'd like to thank you for actually sharing that with the rest of the world. Thank you so much, Jan. I will keep you in my prayers, and especially my condolences to you. Stay strong, and many blessings to you. Once again, Jan, thank you so much for sharing such a wonderful, great guy to me and the rest of the world. Thank you so much, Jan.
They're the greatest stories ever told. Heroes show us we don't need to be perfect to do what's right. It's not about living without fear, but facing injustice. It's not about being powerful, but finding your calling when you least expect it. They show us it's okay to be vulnerable, no matter how tough you are. Because even though they're heroes, they're still human. Creating characters, writing stories, even doing interviews, even though I can't hear most of what the guy says to me. And when you do something that you know the fans seem to enjoy, that gives you such satisfaction.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang-up. Wherever there's a hang-up, you'll find a Spider-Man.